We're taking one of your #1 selling band rings, and we're offering it at a special anniversary price. Never have we done that. It's $79.95. This is a customer pick at $89.95. We'd love to hear from you if you happen to own this one. It's item 262637. The only problem is here, we weren't able to bring in as many as we were hoping. I have about 300 of these to go around. That's it. And already close to 100 people pre-selected it.
You know how much I love your reviews. Your reviews are the way you and I at home can communicate. But through your comments, through your compliments or your requests, I get to speak with you. I used to, work in all the salons in Paris and have those customers in front of me and interact with them. And here we don't have that opportunity. I'm just sitting here in front of all of you. But when you get to leave a note, it always feels like I know you've taken the time. So I always want to thank you for doing that, because as a designer, you always really appreciate when people, tell you how the jewelry makes them feel.
And this piece here is just... First off, yes, it's comfortable enough that you can wear it every day, but just be careful, because I promise you, people will truly stop you as you're walking. And they want to know, who is the designer? That is the most beautiful diamond ring I've ever seen. It equates to almost 3.3 carats in diamond equivalent. And tell us the way you set these stones, because that's what really does set it apart.
Well, have you ever redone like a kitchen or a bathroom?
No, I'm doing it right now.
Have you ever seen a man putting little tiles, like they're 8x8, 10x10?
Yeah.
How hard it is? So imagine what it is like to set all those stones one by one next to one another in order to bring the design to life. Oh. It's complicated, it's time-consuming, it requires a lot of skills, and this is what I really learned from the very beginning. I spent 3 weeks in a workshop watching those men working, and I would be so exhausted at the end of the day, because they made me make a little box just so that I could grasp how hard it is to make a piece of jewelry, to execute it, to make it properly so that it's balanced, so that it's perfect. Every piece of jewelry that I put in the collection, I do fittings with it. I get the samples and I have somebody in my office wear it and ask, is it comfortable? How does it look? I have them move their hands around, or I look at their ears, their neck, does it lay properly? Because that's what it really comes down to when you want to create a piece, because that's what they taught me. They taught me it has to be perfect. So this jewelry, whether it's $100,000 or $50, I approach it with the same background, because I have no other choice.
That's how
they taught me. This ring was actually, interestingly enough, one of the very first design I brought to HSN.
Is that right?
My very first show at HSN, this ring was featured, and it sold out.
And I got to tell you, #1
seller. It was like a thrill. I was like a child, because this is the first time you bring out something to the world and people sort of really embraced it.
Surely.
And I asked the buyer this year, like a couple years later, I said, there was this ring I did at the beginning. I love it because it has this. It reminds me of, of glamour. It reminds me of a Parisian night, of going out, of everybody being so well dressed, because that's what jewelry was made for originally. In the early century, the mid-century, it's not really so much about the times. It's really about how people dressed up, how people were so sophisticated. Jewelry was the accessory. It's so important, like everything else. The cigarettes that you were holding, they were in your makeup was in very special gold and diamond encrusted bags. I mean, the pieces.
This is going to be gone, my friend. So I'm going to have to say thank you. I thank you.
This is an amazing ring. Congratulations to everybody who's chosen it.
Use express ordering, because that'll be your quickest and easiest way to make sure.